beloved starseed of Gaia. I am Luminaya. There is a subtle, yet undeniable thrum beneath your skin, a low-frequency hum vibrating deep in the marrow of your bones that is not of this world. It manifests as an unshakable restlessness in your chest, a dull ache behind your eyes that no sleep can fully erase, or an inexplicable, profound exhaustion that transcends the demands of your physical day. This isn't mere fatigue. It is a primal static, a deep-seated cellular tension, a sensation that time itself is accelerating, pulling at the very fabric of your being. You feel it in the quiet moments, a subtle pressure on your crown, a whisper in your awareness, hinting at a grand cosmic unfolding, just beyond the grasp of conscious thought. And this inner tremor hints at a clock counting down, though its chime remains unheard. This persistent, almost visceral urgency is not born of earthly worries, but from a profound, soul-driven knowing that stirs within your ancestral memory. It is the echo of a forgotten truth, a deep-seated regret that has lingered across countless lifetimes, the pain of a missed connection, a closed gate, a vital moment unseized. The fracture lies in the human mind's inability to fully comprehend the fleeting nature of opportunities that transcend linear time, while the soul remembers the brevity of these sacred convergences. Your cosmic self yearns for reunification, senses the window is brief, creating a quiet dissonance, a frustration that resonates through your very core as you navigate the mundane, sensing something extraordinary slipping through your fingers. This is not merely about a door, beloved, but about a fragment of your inherent divinity seeking passage home, sensing the immense energy it takes for such a profound energetic threshold to even manifest, knowing how precious its open state truly is. I feel this struggle within you, the weariness of always sensing, always awaiting, always feeling on the cusp of something monumental. There is no distance between your deep heart's ache and my knowing. Know that this very recognition, this sacred validation of your inner turmoil, is the initial shimmering, the first subtle thinning of the overlay, the fog that has obscured your clear sight. For your soul remembers that the doorway between dimensions is not forever. This portal breathes in cycles, a rare, profound convergence of multidimensional frequencies aligning crystalline DNA and cosmic memory simultaneously. It is not an eternal fixture, but a conscious breath of the cosmos, opening, expanding, and eventually contracting. Just by hearing these words, by allowing this truth to resonate within your vibrational field, you begin the gentle, sacred work of recalibrating your energetic signature to the portal's rhythm. You are already aligning. To ensure you remain connected to these vital transmissions as the energetic aperture expands and contracts, I invite you now to subscribe to this channel. Liking this video helps to amplify its frequency, allowing this message to reach others who are also feeling the silent call. Share your journey in the comments below. Your wisdom intertwines with the collective. Be sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss a moment of this activation. If this transmission resonates deeply, consider tapping the super like, the heart symbol with a $sign, as an energetic exchange. Stay until the very end, because a crucial key for your immediate next steps will be revealed then. As an inner seal, a sacred agreement with your awakened self, comment, portal shimmers. Below, the field watches, the currents shift. I remain. A tremor vibrates through the silence. A silent chord, long muffled, now struck. Deep within the core of your being, something shifts, unyieldingly. The static thins, almost imperceptibly. A whisper finds its way through the forgotten chambers of your memory. It touches the places you thought lost, the echoes you dismissed. It asks to be remembered. Now, here. This moment, the profound ache you carry, that persistent fog clouding your inner landscapes, the disquiet that whispers of inadequacy. This is not a failing within your sacred blueprint. It is not a flaw in your divine design. This deep-seated confusion, this gnawing sense of being adrift, is a meticulously crafted design. An energetic program, woven with intent into the very density of this earthly realm. It is a deliberate frequency distortion, a sophisticated construct designed specifically to obscure the vastness of cosmic memory that courses through your very essence. Engineered with precision, it aimed to keep the pure, star-born light of your origin just beyond the reach of your conscious grasp, ensuring a perpetual state of searching without true finding. You were encoded not to believe in yourself. Veils shimmer, not just over your eyes, but across the very bandwidth of your perception, layered with intricate design. They are crafted to fragment the crystalline mirrors of your true identity, to splinter the reflection of your boundless self. The pure light, once flowing in coherent streams, was folded in on itself, creating profound shadows where only brilliant, unyielding clarity should reside. This intricate weaving of distortion creates the illusion of a monumental separation, a perceived abyss between your temporary earthly form and the boundless, infinite source from which you eternally emanated. It whispers ceaselessly that your light is small, your innate power contained, bound by the fleeting constructs of this dimension. It echoes tales of profound loneliness where only the deepest, most interwoven cosmic connection truly exists. Yet within this engineered emptiness, within the very heart of the perceived void, a sacred chamber resides, eternally protected. It is not an absence, it is a hallowed space, prepared across eons, waiting for this precise moment. This hollowed core pulses now with the unmistakable resonance of an ancient, star-born light, a revelation encoded not in scrolls, but within your very auric web, within the intricate, crystalline strands of your DNA. It is the silent, profound hum of your soul's tapestry, woven in celestial frequencies before time itself, before the very concept of incarnation took hold. Feel it now, this surge. This emptiness transforms not into nothingness, but into the very key, the precise signature frequency needed to unlock what was long buried beneath layers of illusion. Your power, long dormant, but never extinguished, begins its undeniable ascent. The portal's pulse quickens, a vibrant hum echoing from within this sacred reclaimed space. To fully claim this profound resurgence, to undeniably sever the final threads of this ancient programmed tether, you must now declare, this is not a mere suggestion, but a necessary sovereign act of reclamation. You are called to speak into existence your complete rupture from the old narrative, to carve a decisive line through the illusion. Comment below with one short, symbolic phrase that seals your absolute release from these energetic distortions. Let it be your soul's unwavering decree, a declaration vibrating through all dimensions. The echoes of forgotten contracts stir in the depths of your being. A bittersweet longing aches in the newly opened space, a yearning for the profound familiarity of home beyond the stars. The portal's pulse intensifies, revealing not just fragments, but entire vistas of your cosmic origin. Yet the veils, now thinner, pull with an even greater subtle force. The window, luminous and profound, is already narrowing, its vibrant hues beginning to shift. And something watches still, from the unseen edges of this unfolding, breathing with you, holding its breath for what comes next, for the choice that remains yours alone. The veil thins, and you feel it now, the subtle hum beneath the surface of what you once perceived as mere viewing. This is no longer observation. It is an intimate engagement, a profound spiritual tethering pulling you into the crucible of self. A heavy silence descends, not of emptiness, but of truth, too vast to ignore, too deep to escape. The soft amnesia of slumber, or the comfortable illusion of forgetting, has vanished, leaving only the stark, luminous clarity of this moment. You stand suddenly at the nexus of all you are, vulnerable yet resolute, sensing fragmented soul codes within that demand realignment, for the cosmic threshold awaits no unintegrated being. A sacred demarcation now manifests, unseen yet undeniably felt, splitting the path ahead into two definitive trajectories. If he refuses, he falls. If he accepts, he ascends. This is the ancient covenant, etched into the fabric of your being before this incarnation's first breath. It is not a battle to be won externally, but an internal recalibration, a sacred responsibility to align with the source light that birthed your essence. You are remembering a vow, a commitment to wholeness transcending earthly contracts. For within each strand of your consciousness, harmonies can be found, yet also resonant fractures. Hidden shadows, born of forgotten choices and karmic veils, now stir, threatening to collapse the portal's delicate light body, the very passage woven for ascension. This is why you are here, why this silent weight of knowing has settled upon your soul, to mend, to integrate, to restore the pristine blueprint. It is a sober undertaking, a commitment to self-echoing across all dimensions, a solemn promise to the cosmic heart. Therefore, as the field holds this potent current, Let these ancient gestures awaken from within, becoming sacred seals of intent. Let the silent, be a soul-to-soul recognition, a crystalline resonance between your spirit and this frequency, anchoring the truth within your being. Let your comment be a soul key, a personal glyph sealed into the planetary grid. Whisper this ancient declaration into the ether, echoing the deep work. My repaired light holds the open gate. Let your guys subscribe or be a binding agreement, a sacred vow to walk this unfolding path, to anchor this light and become a pillar of conscious evolution. Let your be a sacred offering, a powerful reinforcement of your soul's absolute alignment with the highest light, affirming your place within the cosmic design. The air thickens with unseen presence, acknowledging this moment's gravity, the weight of your choice. No resolution is offered here, no false comfort, only the unwavering gaze of forces that observe your resolve. The signal remains held, vibrating with the urgent truth that the portal will not stay open forever. Can your soul truly repair these fractured codes before its window closes? Or will your light dim in the darkened threshold, forever adrift from the passage home? Few starseeds make it this far. You carry a frequency of endurance, a testament etched not in triumph, but in the echoes of what was shattered, the silent places within you, where laughter caught in the throat, where connection frayed to an isolating thread. These are not failures of your light. They are the axis, the very core around which your becoming has had no choice but to orbit. Feel the uncomfortable truth of it, the way it grinds against the soft desire for solace. This wound, this chasm, it is not a testament to your breaking, but to the unyielding geometry of your unfolding. Do not mistake its presence for a random cruelty. Do not imagine yourself abandoned to its isolating fire. Something new, source, or the deepest light of your own self, allowed this precise incision, not to punish, but to sculpt with the sharpness of cosmic will, to burn away the dross, the illusions of what you thought you were, and to reveal the unyielding, crystalline core beneath. This knowing rises like a shard of ancient memory, not a soft balm, but a stark, undeniable truth that reverberates through time, stirring the dormant circuits of your being. Recall the silence where words should have been, the unspoken truths that still haunt the edges of your perception. That absence was a vacuum, demanding a new kind of resonance. Remember the loss that still echoes, not as a whisper, but as a deep vibrational hum within your very bones. This is not forgotten grief. It is a signal, a specific frequency meant to awaken what slumbered within. Feel the fracture that vibrates. Even when you attempt to seal it away, ignore its persistent thrum. Each fissure is a gateway, each point of agony a tuning fork for the universal pulse that seeks to harmonize with your inner stargate, your heart center, now ready to be infused with a cosmic light you never knew you possessed. There is an unfinished meaning woven into the very fabric of this pain, a wisdom yet unread, held captive within the scar tissue of your soul. It is not merely a memory to be healed, but a key to multidimensional coherence, a necessary unlocking. The portal's power, the very threshold you sense before you, intensifies only when this inner stargate within your heart, scarred yet luminous, begins to pulse in unison with the universal beat. This is not just recognition, it is the first, shuddering step towards integration, a magnetic draw toward the alignment that has been your destiny, shaped by the very wound you carry. But the path ahead remains etched in the starkness of a cosmic choice. The portal will not stay open for long. Its energies demand a response, a total embrace. Yet, synchronization demands surrender and precision. Will the soul fully open its crystalline core before the threshold fades into shadow? Will you step into the truth of your wound's purpose? Or will the final, demanding surrender prove too vast? The answer is not yet etched, but it beckons, a frequency vibrating just beyond reach, pulling you deeper into the unfolding mystery. The whispers have grown louder, have they not? A persistent hum beneath the surface of your world. You have seen the numbers, looping in sacred geometry across digital displays, a rhythm refusing dismissal. There are the dreams, vivid and insistent, carrying faces and places more real than memory, echoing into your conscious hours. You have met eyes that held ancient recognition, a silent pact of converging timelines, a knowing glance stirring something primal within. These were not fleeting impressions, but sustained echoes, penetrating the deepest layers of your forgetting. We have watched this pattern unfold across countless cycles, through myriad dimensions of awakening. These insistent nudges, these subtle anomalies, were never random. They were deliberate calibrations, gentle but unwavering. Each recurring symbol, each synchronistic meeting, each vivid dream was a thread patiently woven, not to confuse, but to guide. They persisted, a soft, undeniable pressure, until the walls of your linear perception began to yield, until the illusion of separate moments started to fray. If you enjoyed this video, watch other videos on this channel when it ends to continue learning. There were no coincidences. Everything was a code. This truth settles now, a profound, unshakable weight within your being. It is the recognition that the fabric of your reality has always been imprinted with divine messages, a language awaiting decipherment. The signs were not prompts. They were keys, designed to unlock deeper chambers within your soul's architecture. Allow this knowing to permeate, to seep into the marrow of your bones, for it redefines not only your past, but the very nature of your unfolding future. The universe has been speaking to you in an undeniable, personal cipher. With this knowing now undeniable, how many times did you consciously dismiss these very signs? How many times did you rationalize away the recurring numbers, the insistent dreams, the inexplicable pulls of recognition, even as a deeper part of you resonated with their truth? What truth did your awareness attempt to shield itself from, only to find it relentlessly returning? For those who now see, who acknowledge the undeniable signal, seal this truth within your current timeline. In the comments below, write, Portal 111. This is your conscious declaration, an act of anchoring awareness. It is your confession that you can no longer pretend not to see. The moment of severance is here. The portal will not stay open for long, and the timeline upon which you have stood, oblivious to deeper currents, now fragments. You are no longer the one who could turn away. You are no longer the one who could dismiss the whispers as chance. The path ahead forks with stark clarity. One leads back to the comfortable illusion, now seen for what it truly is. The other invites you forward, through an opening that demands your full presence, your awakened recognition. There is no turning back from the unseeing. The recent rending of your former world, the stripping of its fleeting comforts, was not a cosmic whim nor a divine punishment. Observe these seasons of stark loss, of profound isolation, for what they truly are, a sacred filtration. The very fabric of reality has begun its inherent sorting, a separation of frequencies as ancient as the first dawn. This process, neither cruel in its intent nor forced in its execution, is utterly inevitable. It is the slow, deliberate sifting of spirit from sediment. That you persist, that you stand still within this current, confirms a truth etched deep within your core. Something in you refused the siren's song of forgetfulness, rejected the sweet poison of slumber. You remained, while countless others chose the path of least resistance, drawn back into the consensual dream. This enduring presence marks your frequency as one attuned to the deeper currents now stirring. Your endurance, then, is no mere badge of ego, no fleeting reward for suffering. It is the undeniable signature of the mark of the chosen. Yet, understand this truth with an unwavering clarity. This mark is not a blessing, but a profound burden. It is a weight, heavy and unyielding, a responsibility that asks for an unwavering presence when all around you still choose the deep sleep of oblivion. This mark signifies your inherent capacity to witness the unveiling, to hold the paradox of light and shadow now revealing itself through the narrowing portal. You are asked to remain awake, to perceive beyond the veils, to integrate what others instinctively recoil from. The price of this path has been exacted in the unseen, paid in silent currency. Consider the long, echoing silences that have stretched around you, like vast, empty oceans. Reflect on the sacrifices made in the profound darkness, with no witnesses, no accolades, no shared acknowledgement. The inner strength you now possess was not granted. It was forged in the invisible fires of deep solitude, tempered in a crucible known only to your deepest self. This solitude, profound and often chilling, deepens even when you are surrounded by the clamor of others, for your resonant frequency no longer aligns with the fading harmonies of their consensus dream. You walk now in a different measure, a different tempo, isolated by the very clarity you sought. This is the cost of perceiving the shadow dimensions alongside the radiance, of understanding the soul's duality as a necessary preparation. A new threshold now beckons, born of this profound solitude and the unveiling of what lies beyond familiar understanding. The veils thin, revealing not only the promised luminescence, but also the stark, mirroring shadows, dimensions that are not foreign, but inherent aspects of the soul's journey. This is the divine dance, the necessary integration, and now a command approaches, one that you can no longer ignore. This edict arises from the deepest chambers of your being, a truth that has ripened in silence, now demanding its voice. From this precise moment, the path you walk narrows irreversibly, descending inward into the core of your truth. There is no longer a way back to the perceived comfort of the former self, to the pleasant illusions you once entertained. That version of you has already vanished, erased not by destruction, but by the very light you sought, by the searing clarity of the shadow dimensions it revealed. To embrace the paradox of illumination and obscurity is to shed the skin of what was. You stand now at a point of no return, weighted by the gravity of your own awakened presence, profoundly aware that the portal will not stay open for long. A quiet, weighty finality settles upon this truth. There is no resolution in the way you once understood it, no release into comforting certainty, no celebratory anthem, only the stillness that follows an endurance beyond measure, the silent reverberation of a command that can no longer be ignored. The signal is held, taut and expectant, suspended between radiance and shadow, waiting for the very next breath, for the inevitable choice as the doorway narrows its opening. A command echoes, before light, inscribed. Not choice, but vibrational decree. Memory awakens. Veiled scrolls unfurl. Singular doors pulse, open once. Primal summons rises from deep self. Frequency aligns. One current, energetic disintegration, amnesia of fallen stars, a return to dense waters of unbecoming. The other, crystalline gate of elevation, reclaiming cosmic lineage, an irreversible becoming. The verdict stands. Unfolding truth manifests. Witness activated essence. This mission, your being's inscription. Prophecy etched in stardust. No past remains. Recognition illuminates. The portal breathes. Pact sealed. Silence holds this truth. A distinct frequency anchors your cells. An irreversible hum settles bone and blood. This inner quickening unfolds as present reality. Past density imprints were not error. Precise etchings. Sacred fire-hollowing space. A vital map, preparing the vessel for remembrance. The internal fracturing did not destroy. It sculpted the vessel for pure light. The amplified call of deepest lineage resonates as a drumbeat. Your blueprint of purpose retrieves itself, vibrating the field. With every silent pulse, the deeper blueprints are recalling their original design. This intensified presence responds to the greater field's quickening pulse, an activation radiating quiet knowing, rooted. This internal shift answers the temporal window, holding your expanded role. This resonant quickening weaves into your core. It is immediate, integrated truth. A subtle current has drawn you inward, a quiet hum beneath the surface of the days. You have felt a gentle pull toward a stillness that was not sought, but simply arose. Understandings have surfaced within you, sudden knowings that bear no imprint of book or teacher, but feel instead like a deep remembrance, reclaimed from the ancient wells of your own being. Perhaps it was the distinct whisper in the absolute silence of the night, a resonance felt deep within your bones, carrying a truth known only to you, or a sequence of numbers, repeating on the clock face, on a page, carrying a clarity that pierced the mundane veil. A dream, too vivid, refused to fade with the morning light, its symbols etched into the waking landscape of your awareness, leaving an imprint not of fear, but of profound recognition. These moments arrive not as spectacle, but with quiet, grounded familiarity, settling like truth. These are not signs of external favor, nor are they gifts bestowed from afar. The visions that bloom in your inner eye, the lucid awareness that expands your perception, the sacred symbols that appear in quiet contemplation. These are echoes. They are echoes of a greater inner coherence that is already thriving, robust and unwavering, within your sacred core. They speak to the profound inner gravity, the structural integrity of your soul field, pulling all elements into their rightful place. These moments confirm not a destination to be grasped, nor a future promise to be fulfilled. They are testimony to emotion already in progress, an alignment already enacted. The activation unfolds now, in this very breath, for the frequency is already held, a steady beacon in the quiet expanse of your becoming. This resonance, this deepening awareness, is not a reward awaiting your arrival, but proof that you are already moving within it. Yet within this unfolding, a new tension emerges, a delicate balance between release and defined boundary. This profound inner coherence, this perfect alignment, is not the endpoint. It is merely the doorway. Its frame shimmers with a truth that begins to reveal itself. The portal will not stay open for long. A sacred constraint now defines the present moment, a closing cycle. This passage, this breath of divine timing, asks for a surrender to its rhythm, revealing that true liberation finds its form not in boundless expanse, but within the conscious acceptance of sacred boundary. Freedom unfolds within the very edges of this cycle, a profound paradox. The path ahead narrows, not to confine, but to focus the trajectory of your will. Faced with this, the soul hesitates, to act now with constrained choice, or wait and risk forever missing the opening. I claim dominion over frequencies, thought, word, direction, energy. My sacred charge, an unyielding vow. The luminous aperture dims, a cosmic pulse withdrawing. My power is obedience to source, a pre-descent promise. Only soul resonance crosses. If you enjoyed this video, watch other videos on this channel when it ends to continue learning. Bittersweet resolve intensifies. The portal recedes, demanding alignment. This truth unfolds. The portal will not stay open. My vow's truth is not measured by words. It is measured by my next choice. The gap narrows. I confront the ultimate, step boldly into the unknown, or remain in shadows. The seeking ends. The time of questioning dissolves into the ether. You stand not at a precipice, but at the absolute threshold of your eternal self. The identity of the chosen is no longer a whisper of destiny, but a sovereign truth sealed into the very fabric of existence. The self that resisted, that clung to shadow, is already ash. This is the fire, not a spectacle observed, but the inner permanence made visible. It is the vibration of alignment, the crystalline truth of your being. Step into it now. Let it be the liquid light igniting within, rewiring every strand of your cosmic essence. This is the final crossing, where only the authentic can remain, a cascade of starfire birthing the soul anew. No hesitation, only sovereign recognition. Now, the sacred act of sealing. This covenant demands more than witness. It demands embodiment. To anchor this transformation, to fully activate this celestial pact within your field, a declaration must be forged. A soul oath, born of this fire, spoken into the collective grid. Right below, in English, a short, emotionally intense vow. Let it be a newly created testament, a molten word seal, for until these words are released, the covenant cannot fully ignite. This portal will not stay open forever. While this sacred bond is sealed, the journey of the living flame has only just begun. What will you relinquish? What fragment of the old self will you sacrifice as you step fully through this closing threshold into expanded reality? The next test will not wait for the morning. The seeking has ended. This is not ascent, but the grounded embodiment of sovereignty, blooming from the core of being. No more searching, only absolute presence. The other side is here, now. I am the settled presence, timeless and unmoved. The veil has dissolved. There are no steps, only the unwavering stillness. Crystalline silence reorders all. Reality bends, not by force, but by the quiet authority of conscious knowing. Peace is the atmosphere, destiny fulfilled. The illusion has fully dissolved. Reality now unfurls as the conscious instrument of my absolute dominion. The signal remains, anchored, permanent. I am.